Welcome back to another edition of Arcade Archives, Level 1, Stage 2. I'm your fellow gamehead Nox-Hardigan here, and today we're playing Super Contra, the direct sequel to the hit arcade smash from a year earlier, known as Contra.
What is this place?
Keep your eyes peeled.
Such a brilliant intro. Gotta love those arcade intros that they had back in the day. As you can see, this one came out in 1988, and Contra itself came out in 87. This is a direct sequel, and again, you take the control of Bill and Lance. In this one, they find themselves battling another alien menace that has invaded a military base nearby, and they have to basically conquer the bad guys. The bad guys have not only conquered the base, they have possessed the soldiers that are there. So Lance and Bill has to fight not only the alien menace, but the possessed troops that were once their comrades in arms. So without any further ado, we're going to get into this one. I don't know if anyone's played this one, but this is definitely an arcade classic. I myself played this one well before I played the first one. The first one I played obviously on the not obviously on the Nintendo. This one I remember seeing in an arcade place called the Pizza Bowl, which was in Europe. I lived in Belgium at the time, and my dad was stationed out there. And the place was called the Pizza Bowl, like I said, and they had this arcade cabinet. And I remember seeing it and just thinking, wow, this looks pretty cool. I want to play this. And then we didn't use quarters; we used francs. It was 10 francs to play the arcade games there. We had the games that were present. I remember were RoboCop, Space Harrier. This one, of course. A game called Devastators, Pack-Rat. They eventually always got new ones too. It wasn't always the same ones. I was there for like about 3.5 years, and thoroughly enjoyed myself. Great arcade experiences back then. There was also pinball machines. I don't know if you noticed, but in the intro when you hear them speak, you know, other than the look, I mean, this clearly looks like Arnie, aka Arnold Schwarzenegger. And when the guy that looked like him spoke, which is this character, you notice he had an accent too. And the other character, as you can see in the background there, to my right, as you can see, looks like Sly also. Fortunately, he didn't have the Sly accent, which I wish they would have done also. They could have went like, keep your eyes peeled. And imagine if these two badasses were in a freaking movie together. Other than, of course, The Expendables, which came out, which wasn't bad, but it didn't do what they were capable of justice, especially since they're older. But in the 80s, if you had, like, say, Rambo and Commando together, holy crap! I don't think anyone could have touched them. Like say if they were both in Predator, I think the Predator would have lasted maybe half an hour, only because 20 of those minutes he wasn't even bothering with him. It's a shame that I lost my gun there. Like the first Contra, Nintendo had a port of this also, and it was a great port. The soundtrack was awesome. The graphics were decent for 8-bit. You know, Konami always did a good job when they actually put effort into their games. I mean, there's a couple of bad Konami games out there that aren't that good, graphic-wise or play-wise, I guess you could say. I would say my least favorite out of the ones that look good would be Adventures of Bayou Billy. And
Please continue.
And the reason that one is because it has potential, but it the delivery is pretty bad. Like on the fighting scenes, you know, the ones where you're brawling down the street, those beat 'em ups, kind of like the final fight, which is the very first level. Which is like, okay, let's fuck up, but let's already fuck up on the first level. And the reason that I wouldn't say it's necessarily the gameplay. The hit detection's a little off, but the difficulty is it's not balanced by any means. But enough of that. Another one that I don't like by Konami is Twin B on the Nintendo. It's a little dinky. It doesn't feel like a Konami game. I wasn't too fascinated by that one. I think the arcade is great, and actually I think it's called Stinger in the arcade, or they both are, and I might have just got the name wrong. But one of those is either Stinger or Twin B. I think it is Twin B. But again, I think the one like I'm talking about was Stinger on Nintendo, and very lackluster. Graphics aren't that great either. The music is not memorable. And as you can see, you get bombs in this one. In the first country, you do not get the bombs, but I needed to do that. Oh my god! And look, it didn't even kill the tank. That's ridiculous. But the worst thing about those bombs is that they're very scarce. You rarely get any, and clearly it wasn't that strong because it didn't even blow up the tank, which is ridiculous. Any other game, the bomb pretty much decimates everything on the screen. But this spread cannon is amazing. I mean, just look at this bad boy. It takes out things like left and right. The only problem with this level is that you can't duck and you can't jump, and it really makes it hella difficult to really dodge. All you can do is run away or try to kill them before they kill you, which is, yeah, okay. It's not always not as easy as it's said. I mean, easy. It's not as easy done as it is said. Now, another thing about the level that I don't like is about the shells again, is the fact that if you die, you lose your shell. And it's already bad enough that you lose your gun. Everyone knows that when you die, pretty much in every game, you lose the gun that you have. I like those ones where it gives you a chance. I think was it like stuff like what is it? What game am I thinking? Like some of those those Raiden fighter ones, where like if you die, your power up falls out of your ship, and then when you respawn, you come from the bottom of the screen, so you have a chance to come and pick it back up. At least one of them. You don't lose. You don't what's the word? You don't get a chance to get every single power up that you might have had, but you do get an option to get one or two of them, and that's cool. As you can see, there was like 3 guys you have to take care of here. You have 2 gunners and you have your little brain guy. I don't even know how that thing's not touching me. Because usually in these games, the detection for you is a lot more biased. If you get close to just remotely close to something, you're dead. Okay, this is the level. It picks up difficulty in the fact that you got the foreground graphics that can block some of the action that's happening. As you can see, those guys dropping from up top are blocked by the tree line there, and it distracted me because I looked up about those guys, and that gun down there, that little turret that sticks out of the ground, got me. I'm dead. Look at that. Yeah, and that's the sucky thing about this game. You don't get to keep the guns for too long, because you have to be like dead on balls perfect, dead on balls accurate with your shooting, and it's just that foreground stuff. Okay, here, when you get into the water, you actually can duck, which is cool. But at the same time, if you stay ducked too long, you'll drown. So that's that sucked, and I learned that the hard way. But who didn't? With these kind of games, it's always been trial and error. You know, half the time when I did play it, and when I was dying in the water, I just thought I was actually standing up too soon. Right there, I think I just did, and that's how it was done. I was just like, what the hell is killing me? It must be a glitch on the joystick. But no, it was me drowning, and I'm doing terrible. At this level, this is where all my credits go to hell. I don't know if you know this, but you only get limited amount of credits. Not credits, but of course credits, but continues. I think if you go in 2-player mode, you get more due to the fact that, you know, each player has a certain amount of continues. So I would recommend playing 2 players, obviously. So you want to go Sly and Arnie all day. Okay, here come the face huggers. So the aliens start to make their presence. And these little random cyborg... See, that was retarded. Look how that thing fell. I mean, it didn't even look aesthetically correct. I mean, that thing fell like it was a glitch. Like, what falls like that? I don't know how I got out of that madness. Granted, this game is... Look at that. Heat-seeking, whatever the hell those things are. Red blood cells. Plasma pulsating sacks. I don't know what the hell these things are called.
Please
But
continue.
I gotta admit, this is the furthest I get. You gotta love the little line of... God damn, this is terrible. Of difference in graphics there. There was no fade into this cave or whatever the hell this is. So you can't shooting these red things is pretty ridiculous. I'm gonna put the second player in just for the hell of it. Oh, it looks like I can't. 'Cause I was thinking maybe that would help. And that's it. I pretty much wasted all my continues on that stupid level. And the thing is, it doesn't even look that challenging, and it really isn't. But for some stupid reason, in some situations, the controller feels a little stiff, and I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just exaggerating, but in some parts it really does. But we're gonna go at it again. I don't think I did my skills justice. And again, you know, when you're speaking while you're playing, it does throw it off a little bit. It's like chewing gum and walking at the same time. Some fools just can't get it right. I think the one advantage you do have in this is the fact that your bullets move a little faster, thankfully. Not a little faster, but a lot faster. Their bullets move pretty slow, so they're easy to dodge. But at the same time, they have the timing right. And when when you get killed, by a guy running at you, I mean that's just like, that's unacceptable. I mean, like, seriously. I mean, if that's not frustrating, I don't know what is. Like, I personally like the flips they do better in Nintendo versions, because they don't have to like sprawl out like they're doing a dismount, like they're diving off a diving board. This has that. He has to show his form and all that crap. And look at that. Already using my first goddamn beginning. Yeah, and then I don't even know what killed me there. And then the first, and the Nintendo one, you go right into flip. So it's easy to dodge. I mean, look at this guy. He has to do he has to lay himself out, then flip. Yeah, it looks cool, but it's not a... Look at that. He's like barely missing those bullets. And having this little BB gun is not gonna help much. Especially with this tank. It's gonna kill me a couple times. There goes one. Because if you notice in all these shooters, you got one little, you always got this big cannon, and there's always some little guy that's accompanying it. And that big cannon usually always shoots straight, and then you have another guy coming in who shoots diagonal where you were standing. So you dodge that, and then by the time you dodge that, the other straight shooter kills you. So it's one or the other. You can't dodge them both. And even if you kill it, it doesn't matter. The gun's already, the bullet's already on its way. And I always miss that stupid cannon. That gun every time. It's like your boys are sending your weapons, right? And they want you to like basically achieve victory. So they send you guns. Well, they send you guns going in some stupid little pattern. How the hell are you supposed to get it? Why do you gotta make it hard? Why can't they just like drop it out of the sky and let it land? Why do you have to shoot a stupid flying pod that goes in the kind of like random pattern like the Medusa heads on like Castlevania? And instead of trying to dodge them, you're trying to shoot them. And not only that, you have to get whatever falls out of it. So it's just like the difficulty is just ramped up in all kinds of ways. Nothing comes easy, let's just say that. Though it is a game, so I understand. But the fact that it's a game and you're paying to play, why do they limit your continues? They should give you unlimited continues, especially if you're paying. No wonder the Contra code finally existed. It never existed in the arcade, but it did. See, making no progress there. Oh my god. But yeah, if you're paying quarters, you should get limited. I guarantee you, these games would have made more money. Not that they're complaining, because I'm pretty sure they made millions and millions of dollars just with one cabinet alone.
Please continue.
But I'm doing very awful in this one. I'm probably gonna go at it one more time. I used way too many continues, which is ridiculous. Now, if you notice, this view is just like from the first game where they have two different views, but instead of from behind, it's from the top. But the problem, of course, is you can't duck. And aim. Oh my god! I'm just bashing. And I really hate that. Well, it's actually a good thing, but it's a bad thing at the same time. The guns disappear eventually when you shoot them, which sucks because if it's like up there and you can't get to it, it's gonna disappear before you can. But look, I can't even get a clean shot onto this guy. Like, the laser is strong and all, but not many people I know like it, due to the fact that it's just, I guess, because it's a single. Not single shot, but the fact that it just does a line. It takes up a little space in this one. See, but if you notice, look, I'm shooting in a line, but it didn't hit the guy. But if that had just grazed me, I'd be dead. Just some you're just gonna breeze by. You're just like, you don't have to kill everything in sight, but it's nice to. Just gonna get your revenge. Now, I know that in the home releases of this game, they have a shield where you can become invincible for a little while, kind of like the star in Super Mario Brothers. God, this is ridiculous. And except, there's not that happy-go-lucky music that you get to hear when you get it. But at least you get it, this version is so stupid because it's like, I don't know what makes him think. Makes him take those liberties. to pick a different weapon.
Continue.
And I think that the arcade versions are always harder than the home console versions, at least for the most part. It just depends how fluent the controls were. Like say Ghosts and Goblins, that arcade port is you know, the original one that came out for Nintendo. It's pretty damn difficult, and the fact that you gotta beat it twice makes it all the more ridiculous. And I always wondered, why the hell does he have armor when it shatters on the first hit? Doesn't matter what hits him. It'd be a stick, for God's sakes, and he loses his armor. And then the second hit, he loses his skin. Alright, here's this infamous third level again. I gotta concentrate here. But the good thing about it is you can take your time because there's no timing. No time limit, I mean, to the levels, which is good. As you can see, I'm just stutter stepping here. I'm looking pretty ridiculous, but who cares what I look like? It's all about winning. It's not what you look like. It's whether you win or not. See, in that tree, who knew? I mean, who'd have thought? I mean, see, look, that stupid gun that comes through, and I can't get it because it just wants to dance around in the sky, and that helped me out. I'm busy trying to kill all these bad guys, and see, when I go to kill the thing, I get killed. So it's like, pick your poison, motherfucker. Alright, here comes the water part, and I know I'm gonna die because I'm gonna stay ducked for too long. So a stupid bomb's gonna hit me from up top. The guy's gonna hit me from over here. So where'd it go? Look at that. 3 different directions at once. Pretty ridiculous. That's why you got 2 players. One can take the behind, and one can take on the front. Yeah, you don't want to stay ducked too long because you're gonna drown. See, they're trying to get me to drown here. And the fact that those bombs can hit you while they're in the air is stupid. I really hate that. I think they screwed the pooch on that one. That's so unnecessary. It should be when they land. When they're mid-air and then the fact that they keep going, I mean, that's stupid. That means that it didn't hit you, it just did. Basically, anything that moves on the screen that hits you, kills you. And I think that's how they did the coding on it, obviously. Not that the fact that, oh look, bomb hurts. No, if it's moving on the screen, it's gonna hurt you. And those things are hard to shoot. And I noticed earlier that when I ducked and shot, I was able to like get on my knees or on one knee and duck. But now I'm not able to do that. So I'm not sure how that happens. See, at first those things look like mines, but they're just about skull heads that just come out of nowhere. Just unbury themselves. I knew that thing was gonna come away for another fucking pass. See, and this is what I was talking about, that little line where it just turns to concrete all of a sudden. I've seen games like on Nintendo that do that. Like Lethal Weapon is definitely the prime example. You'd be in the jungle and all of a sudden you're in the desert and a pyramid just shows up. I don't know why I jumped there.
Please continue.
That thing up there reminds me of the... I don't know if anyone's ever seen that movie Creepshow, but the baboon that's in the crate. And the name of the skit is called The Crate. It looks just like that. Oh wow, I finally beat this level. I think it's the first time in years that I've beaten this level. It looks like we're already in the alien's lair. Looks like a bunch of arteries, heart arteries, veins, whatnot. Oh look, that thing makes you slide. And look at that. Oh my god, I was like surrounded. Wow, here come the little xenomorphs. And they even hiss and scream like the xenomorphs in the movies. That was the one thing I liked about Contra. They paid a good homage to aliens. And if they made a Contra movie, and they would be able to merge... Look, all these guns are giving me a chance to have. I think that's my... Yeah, that was my last one. That was overly difficult. Especially if you haven't played it in a while. I don't think I've ever been in that level, and if I have, it was years ago. In the arcade when I was just pumping in mad quarters. Okay, as you know, my name is Nox-Hardigan, so you gotta put that Nox in. 5th place isn't so bad, top 5, alright. Well, that was Super Contra for the arcade. If you ever get a chance to play it, go ahead. Jump on it. There's plenty of like classic arcades around most big cities that carry this game. If they don't, then I'm not sure if there's ways you can look up, see what arcades, what games they have. But I know that my local one does. They're called Diversions. If you do have a chance, like I said, play it, get on it, and play the first one too. I mean, classic arcade action, shoot 'em ups, Konami at its finest. Well, without any further ado, I'm gonna head out and us check out some other games and definitely do some more videos and whatnot. So if you have the time, check me out. I'll be around for more arcade archives. Next, we'll probably be playing some kind of like side scroller, but that's a flying game, such as like Life Force or maybe like Earth Defense Force or something like that. But until the next time, this is Nox-Hardigan saying
What is this place?
game on, and I'll see you in the next video.
Keep your eyes
Peace.
peeled.